We got 77 million reads on a Chinese social network that neither of us has ever fucking heard of before.
I was on like literally 1 month worth of money left.
Spending £100 was a big deal then.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't want to spend that. We had a month left and the options were terrifying.
We walk out, these boys are fucked.
YouTuber isn't a career for the rest of your life.
Is there anything that you wouldn't do?
Fuck me, I know we could be there, but we're not there.
Unless you're enjoying like the right now, pointless doing it. And the second we changed that, and it just rocketed.
Good? What's the wiggle for? Did you do that before all your
quite
like,
snug,
E4
isn't it,
shows
boys?
and stuff? This is nice. First and foremost, beers are back.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Good to see you.
It's been nearly a year, no?
Pretty much a year on.
Drink to that.
Welcome to the process. The reason we have beers is last time we had beers, very strange beers, but I thought this is a good little tradition that we're starting. So
I had a
let's do this as well.
chocolate flavoured beer
I think
last time.
we took beers to Jack Mate's podcast as well. Like, I don't know if people are just going to think we're alcoholics like whenever we're not filming. Sometimes when we are.
So, a year on, when we spoke last time, you had just started the channel and you were on, I want to say 36k.
Ooh.
Right, okay.
I print screened it actually.
Oh, what, back then?
I rewatched it earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
See what we talked about.
yes.
And there was a print screen in that video,
right.
and all the views were at like 25k views.
Yeah.
So I think it would have been around that. 30,
And
36.
since then, it's been a mad year for you. So just to kick off, right? 30 seconds. Either of you can go. I know you'll have a pitch, Jay, so this might be you.
Dead into
What have
that
you
camp.
done in the last year since we last spoke?
We've done a lot.
Ready?
We've done a lot.
Steady.
Pick your camera and go.
Right, okay.
Around 30 seconds. Ready? Steady. Go.
We have gone viral with one of the UK's biggest videos in the year, I would take. We got 77 million reads on a Chinese social network that neither of us has ever fucking heard of before. We've been to America. We've done the longest bus ride in America. We've probably been across 20 fucking states, again, that we have never heard of. What else have we done?
Growth.
Yeah, we've got
Talk about growth.
440,000 subscribers.
You've been to some nice places as well. You've done
on.
some mad things.
Come on,
You read
you
off the titles.
You
Read off the
started off
titles.
so good.
Yeah, I know, but I kind of fucking
Yeah.
figured it out. Didn't I? What
Head
else
over
have we
to the
done?
channel to find out. Maybe that's a way of doing it. Well, I was
yeah.
gonna say, things like going to America, the train journeys, the bus
Yeah,
journeys.
we've
It's
seen
been
a lot.
insane, right?
We've seen a lot, yeah.
Yeah,
Cheers, James.
that's all right. So, with that in mind, I looked back at the last video, and I just looked at sort of quotes and things that came from it. So I wonder where you're at a year on with some of those quotes, and from that, I reckon we'll learn a bit about you boys. Because I think if there's like a brand that no one dislikes in YouTube, I reckon yours is up there. You're the Jamie Olivers of YouTube. Yeah,
Jamie
That's a
Oliver's
weird way to look at that, to be fair.
I remember finding out that Jamie Oliver had like the sort of the strongest brand in terms of like people liked what he was doing.
Right.
Cool.
And I don't think I've ever seen, apart from the guy who got annoyed with the train line.
I was going to say that.
Not the train line, what was it? The train line app.
Yeah, the Train Pal app.
Go on, quick story on that. What was that?
That's a fun.
So TrainPal is an absolutely sick app that allows you to save loads of money on your travel.
This is
Okay.
the only negative press we've had this year.
So I'll explain it. Our first big brand deal, right? And it was the Train Pal thing, and we got so excited because we were like, we're gonna create a whole video out of this. It's not just gonna be an integration. Jamie upsold them. We like tripled the fee that they
5
wanted
times.
to pay. Five
Is that
extra fee.
quadruple? I don't even know what the word is for going 5
And
times.
at the time, this
quintupled the fee.
and at the time we needed money. We were like, I think however many months deep into our savings. We weren't making money as a channel at that point, and I think I was on. It must have been around the time I was on like literally 1 month worth of money left, and then we had this brand deal coming. And we're like, fuck, like it's working now. So we came up with this sick idea, filmed a great video, which I thought was good, and then we had to film the integration. And Jamie was hungover. I was hungover. And then Jamie just stayed in bed and he didn't record it.
No. I went to the gym. Or to a sauna or something.
He was
much better.
He was elsewhere anyway. So I took it.
So you were capable. You were capable.
The thing is, I probably wanted to do it. I just couldn't be arsed at the moment. But, yeah.
Anyway, it was the last bit. The video was edited, and I was like, right, let's do this scripty integration. So I plopped it down, and I think it's a great app. Like, it saved us money.
It's a sick app,
It's
isn't it?
an absolutely sick app. So I just did that, not even thinking. Right, I say the word sick. I probably shouldn't. Anyway, we didn't put, and we fucked up. We didn't put like a cap on how much they could spend, how much spend they could put behind the vids, which we've learnt now. You should be doing that if you're getting brand deals. I hate to think how much they spent on this, because the reason Jamie 5x the figure is because we found out they're like a multi-billion-dollar company or whatever from China, and they literally must have spent hundreds of thousands on paid media. The video's at like 7-8 million views now on its own.
Boy, that's our second most viral video, and it's this guy hungover going to it, like filming on his fucking laptop. Use this absolutely sick app.
It's not our video that went viral. They took because we upsold them. We were like, right, you can have a 60-second video for your socials. They had no social
They had
presence.
like 7 followers on Twitter and shit. Like, we were like, they're going to post it. We didn't know they were going to put any money behind it.
And yeah, they must have spent so much to get up to 7 million views on YouTube. And
Right, so because the thing I've seen is, the pre-roll.
It goes,
Yeah, and it's you, and it's you, and it's you, and that's where the abuse came from, isn't it? Some bloke goes, if I see Zach's face,
well, no, because they're
one
saying
more time.
all sorts of shit. Because I got a broken nose. I got like my septum blocks one of my nostrils, so I sound quite nasally. And when you look up my noses, they're different sizes. So everyone's like, he's a cokehead, he's a fucking literally the comments. Like I remember I was just reading them, and Jay was just in the background like, no, this is bad.
The thing is, there was waves of it as well. Like, it got to about 1 million views, and it was like, oh, Zach's seen in front of KSI, and I was like, oh, I should have been in that vid. Fuck's sake, why didn't I just?
I was getting advertised everywhere,
and I was like, oh, he smashed it there, fair play, mate. And then it just kept on fucking going.
Yeah.
So at least you got some views out of your main video.
Yeah.
Because I thought they just literally taken that and gone plunk.
No.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it was that money was so welcome. I didn't give a shit.
Yeah,
like,
it was worth it.
Callum's Corner's made a vid on it. It's quite funny.
But I think there's probably a lesson to be learnt in that we got a great fucking deal out of it, and we were really happy. But you can always learn more.
That's it. Well, it's all down here. The go-getter. This is how I was going to frame Zach and Jay, right? I was like, go-getters, businessmen, switched on, the modern businessman who revert to action. It's about getting out there and doing it. And then you're hungover, and you've got a choice to get the brand deal done and sorted out, and you're pissing off to the gym. So it's not a good start, I'll be honest.
Yeah, but we quadrupled, whatever that word is, the brand deal. So that's not bad, is it?
So, but when you say quadrupled, what, down the line, you renegotiate that thing?
Because it's pretty fucking mental, right? Well, right. Is it mental? I don't know. This is fucking toot me on all there. But right, basic horn, not hall. Right, they came in with £3,000. Should I say figures? Should I say figures?
Up to you. I can beep it if you want.
Beep it. Nah, we'll say figures. Why not? I think people can talk about money, can't they? As long as you're not bragging about it. They came in with £3,000, right, to do this brand integration, and we were like, right, what can we do with this $3 little grand? And it was just to stop our video and then shout them out for 30 seconds. So we went, no, we don't want to pause good content to show the ad. We want your ad to be the good content. See that in the pitch? That's part of the pitch. And so we said...
Do you ever go and do the pitch? Is it always Jay?
Well, I mean, we come up with the idea of the fully integrated video, so we wanted the video to be the ad, not the ad.
Yeah.
But
I think he could do if he wanted to, but yeah, he just fucking does his thing with editing. So, but yeah, so... we want the video to be the ad, the good content to be your ad, not the good content to be paused for the ad. So So we had a little brainstorm, and we said we will do the longest train ride in the whole of the UK. It was like 28 hours, which doesn't seem that much compared to the American video now. And it'll be all around your app. We'll show you the value. We'll have a great content. We'll get a load of views. And we did all of those things, and we charged like $8,000 just to do the video, and the performance-related bonuses, which added up to about 15,000 views. But we only 50,000 grand, £15,000. Fucking hell, it's quite a lot of money. That
you can't speak.
I know, because I'm excited. I'm thinking.
But we were a channel with like 50,000 subs at the time or something.
Yeah.
So it came in.
We wouldn't have charged that much either unless we knew that they were a massive company. And it turned out this Train Pal company were from Trip.com, which is like this billion turnover company in China. And I started fucking reading all these travel reports that the UK government produced, and I found out that I think it was like 35-year-olds take the most amount of train journeys in the whole of the UK, which averages about 30 a year or something. So I was like, I matched that with our demographic and had a little logo, had a little graphic with our demographic.
12-page deck.
Yeah, 12. It was like fucking 40 by the end of it. Literally, we went in for it,
Right.
and they went. We've had a look with the we've had a word with the manager, and they think it's great. So yeah, we got that deal in the end, which is nice.
That's good. But that was, I mean, so that was before it all kind of kicked off, really. I was going to go highs, and I wanted to talk about the highs and lows of the past year because it feels like it's all been highs, but I mean, we all know it's never as simple as that. Obviously there is a clear turning point in the channel. We'll probably get that into that in a second. But here's one of the quotes that I thought was good, first of all. And it's one of those where you do watch it and you kind of just enjoy it at the time. But then looking back, it's quite nice. It's quite nice to look back. You said, did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it earlier today, yeah.
So here's one, I think this was you.
Then you're kind of, people give a shit about what you're going to make next, which is the aim, really.
Yeah. People giving a shit about what we do next. Is that still everything?
What we do next is going to be fucking scenes, man.
Well, I mean, I've got that down the line. Is what's coming out. We'll say that. Let's get the retention high. Let's do that near the end.
Yeah, I think that was like, because we were at the start. It was all about just like getting a name for ourselves, making sure that people gave a shit what we've done week in, week out, because we're doing such variance of stuff. I think it's still the same. We want more people to give a shit about what we do. The numbers just have grown.
Because actually, there's another quote, is it?
For fuck's sake, I've been editing the video for like 3 days straight to get it out for you ungrateful little shit. Fuck off.
Ungrateful little shits.
What was that in reference?
Which I don't think you really meant that. Taken out of context, that looks bad, doesn't it?
Oh,
That's
right.
talking about the subscribers.
Was that subscribers?
Yeah, there's someone getting angry.
Well, now they're grateful, aren't they? Now there's a few
Exactly.
more of them.
Ungrateful
We can
little
let them off.
shits.
But in terms of building an audience then,
Yeah.
because in that interview there was talk about merchandise. Was that about the coins at the time?
Yeah.
So that was one of your ideas that you wanted to put out there. What have you kind of learned about having the audience that's one size and then it growing so big? What have you learned about having an audience like that?
It's kind of like it can be at the wrong time, because I feel like it's not a solid straight when it grows like it did, and it was mental. I've never seen. I was like absolutely amazed by how much Nightscape grew from one viral vid, which was the West Ham thing, and like I've never seen like kind of audience subscriber retention like that. Like he went from like 20 to 200,000, and literally we grew like 250,000 subs in like a week and a half, 2 weeks,
believe it, man.
and it was mental, because like we had such a lull before that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Getting to 50k was solid, like because we were going slow.
Yeah.
And then like
Well, yeah, I mean, slow, but yeah, I know what you mean.
No, but that was why you were saying like that's why we were saying like people we were a bit annoyed, I think, at the time we spoke to you, because like it grew from like 30 to 50,000 that took 3 months. There was months where we were growing 2,000 subscribers. We were like, fuck me, we need to go faster than 25,000 in a year.
Yeah, because I think that was the thing. When you guys came in, it was the first time we'd met, and I bet as much as it was a case of, I've asked and you've gone, yeah, why not? You knew where I worked. You know I had a link with EXO. You knew there was a way of you maybe getting something, a chat with someone, which I'd pitched you to the guys prior to that, saying, look, these guys, make remarkable stuff. So there's a reason to talk to them, because brands will get excited about that, because that's where views come from. But I did get that feeling from you guys. It was and I said that in the interview, that in terms of the process, when you talk to people when they're a bit older, it's like, yeah, and it was all fine, it all worked out. There was an element of belief in what you wanted to do, and you're both clearly ambitious people. But I could feel a bit of nerves in terms of like, deep breath, here we go. Because you had a couple of videos, they'd done okay, but your sights were set at a very, very high bar. So in the months that came after that, before what was the title of the videos? The fake model, wasn't it?
Yeah, we faked a model.
Take me there. Had it got worse? What was your relationship? Was it kind of? I
think the big one for me was when we did that fake. Well, like a thing that I really remember as like a real feeling was the day of that fake model, and we had about 100 quid. We spent like 100 quid on the stuff from Primark. And I was like, fucking hell, it's a bit expensive for Primark, this. And was like, spending £100 was a big deal then.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't want to spend that.
Really?
But, yeah.
But yeah.
So take
That was a
week.
real, like, I don't know.
So I guess when you've made that video, you're still in the moment where it hasn't worked out yet. Obviously, you've got ambitions after that. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of painting a picture before that though, wasn't it? Because it was like that. We had a 6-month contract on a house in London. That was when like the start of the channel was in September. We moved in late August, so we were like filming vids for a month, launched the channel in September, and we had like that much runway in terms of like money to make it happen.
Yeah.
And it was getting like so close to that at the end point where.
Because I remember Jay saying that with your business, you hadn't ever paid yourself since, I think it was September 2016 or something. We were chatting 2018.
I've not earned a penny since not this summer, the summer before.
So I guess between then and the moment, it was getting tighter and tighter and tighter.
Yeah, it was like Squeaky Bond moments, like literally, and we were in this house like living on top of each other every day. We didn't even want to leave the house because we didn't want to spend money, and it was just like we wasn't doing anything social. We was just like so laser focused on like just getting that one viral vid to inject some fucking life into the channel, which felt like it was stagnating at the time. And it was just like all these video ideas which we thought were great. We felt like they were being wasted because like the initial traction wasn't there. So we were just like all these fucking mint videos which could go viral just haven't. And we were just, I think we were a bit like scrambling as to like why.
Yeah,
just
what's going
trying to
through your
work
head at
out
that moment
why.
then? What's going through your head when you're in that moment of adversity where you don't know if it's going to work out yet? And it's getting close to it not working out, right?
Yeah, I mean, my personal channel was still bigger than the ZAC channel. I had a little backup. Jay
No, I
was,
mean, I was like thinking these things. I was like, shit, he can go fucking either do his own channel or get a job doing freelance film. And I was like, if I have to move in with my cousins in North London, just like because I can't fucking afford rent, and we start making a channel separately, and he's got another job, like, would he still keep making videos with me? Like, would I still want to do it, or would it just probably go down the pan? And we don't fucking know, really. Like,
Did you boys talk about that?
Yeah, we had a meeting with a guy, George Bettany.
Bettany?
Like a probably a week or 2 weeks before the Maximus Bucharest video did, and he literally said, lads, like not like you need a plan B, but you need to be open to a plan B, and yeah, those things had kind of been playing out in our minds, but
because you are both very forward thinking.
Yeah,
and that comes with the ambition of it. But I think there's a few of the bits I was writing down. I was writing down sort of words. I always go to words, and I think what I like about you two is one is there isn't a level of awareness with you two, awareness of the world that we're in, awareness of social media as well, awareness of the business side of it as well. The bad side of awareness is that you're aware when the delusion's not there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a delusion and belief are very close to each other, and it's only awareness that kind of takes you one way.
Yeah. It was like we had a month left and the options were terrifying. Like when that month happened, we were
not glamorous.
But at the same time, we knew like the strategy was. I remember having meetings before we even set up the fucking channel. The strategy is create viral, friendly concepts. It's not all going to go viral, but fucking create videos that will go viral. I mean, a few of them have gone viral since the Maximus Bucharest one, but that went super viral. But yeah, before that strategy was confirmed with a viral video, it was just like, it should work.
Yeah.
We think it'd work. Like, the videos are sick, everyone's loving them, but fuck me, it's not worked, and we got a month left.
Yeah, because that's the other thing, is you're cutting anything that's coming...
Fuck me, it's not worked yet.
Because honestly, because we sat down and had a chat, and I was like, I like these boys. I like what you're doing, and it's inspiring. It's inspiring that you've got the energy to go and want to make those kind of things. So I was rooting for you and for it to work out.
Cheers,
but I also did think about
These
the
boys
fact that whatever money's coming, I did honestly, I did
we
think.
walk out. These boys are fucked.
No.
I like it. We just take the barrel of beers with us as well.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Well, yeah. Why did they take a chair with them? And we never saw them again. But I did think
I'm
that,
glad that is not the case, man. I'm glad we are doing round 2 now. Looking back at it,
It's good,
saying,
man.
Fuck
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
Those were wank feelings back then.
because it's cut in half as well. That's the other thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any money that's made, and especially once you go, right, this is a job,
Yeah.
and then you go in together, it's great, but you're going to have to cut stuff down the middle as well.
Yeah.
Oh, but the thing is with that, like, the money's not. Do you know what I mean?
just
It's
wanna
all,
keep
it's
doing
all in
it,
the
right?
business. Like
Yeah.
we're looking at the money in the bank and seeing what that can get us in terms of freeing us up, and so we can be working on better ideas. It's not like we're paying ourselves like a shit wage. We're not like Do you know what I mean? I think a lot of YouTubers fall into the trap of like, oh, I've got a $5,000 brand deal this month's like a... Because when I was on my
Let's go on
personal
holiday.
channel, I had a really fucking good brand deal with TripAdvisor, and I fucked off to Russia for a month. Like it was a good month.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
after that, like there was no longevity. in it.
Yeah.
So now I think like we're so focused on like building out the infrastructure and like that's what excites us, I think.
But even then, like, if we got a load of money, like, we didn't spend any money. Like, it's always been the approach to run it as a business, not as a money maker.
Yeah.
But like, those kind of probably sound contradictory. But like, as a business, we're not in it to financially make a load of money, like in the short term or anything. It's like to build something that's bigger than ourselves, and to do that, us going on holiday and getting bigger, more clothes, or I don't know, whatever money what we spend our money on, wouldn't do that. So.
But I was going to talk about that later on, but let's talk about it now. I was reading this book, The Infinite Game, and it was talking about not just how you become successful, but how you stay successful. And the point that it makes is that you shouldn't be thinking about winning. You should be thinking about lasting.
Yeah.
And
that bonsai tree is dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just a leaf dropping off it.
Speaking of not lasting. And a great way of staying in the game and it lasting is for your cause to be a just cause. A cause that's not about, right, I want to hit this number, or... Obviously, those can be kind of indicators of that success, but if it's bigger than that, if it's a just cause, and I remember always identifying with what you're saying about, it's like memories for...
Stories for the grandkids.
Stories for the grandkids, yeah. If that is the just cause, then, like you say, the sort of the moment where you're nervous about it all, it's actually more about it ending than any kind of financial gain or whatever. Right?
Yeah, like because it was fun. We would like I say we were just like stuck in the same house all day, like just grinding. But we were going out and filming fun stuff. Like we were having a lot of fun. Like we did the Lou Through thing, like
Full of anxiety, but a good laugh, good few days.
Anxiety provoking.
Like every month.
Yeah.
But like
one bean for you.
Yeah.
It's good fun though. Good video today, wasn't it? What is that?
But,
Did you boys have any arguments? Ever get there?
I don't think so.
I can't imagine you two arguing.
I mean, like tension, but not arguments. I feel like there's no point in arguing, really, is there? You always think you're right. I think I'm right. You just take that way.
Just crack on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. Get to the high then. Let's get to the turn. Here we go. Talk me through it. From start to finish.
You know, we said in the last one it's like a heroin hit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking you're riding the wave.
Yeah.
No, but what I'd actually say is quite contrary to that. I'd say like, because we know where we want to be going and it's not related to external numbers, like, I feel like kind of, and I'm trying to fucking chill this in personally, it's like, I feel like we have made it now. Like, we've got enough money that's paying the bills, we're growing a channel, we're doing videos that we like. It's like, this is what we try to fucking do. And yeah, there's so many next steps of how to do it bigger and shit, but it's like, this is it, what we're trying to do now. So it's trying to take appreciation from that. And yeah, ramp it the fuck up, which is why I'm talking about next steps is going to be huge. But
that's awareness.
But we're talking about the moment where we didn't think.
Oh, the moment. Whoo! It's like a fucking hit. It's like a fucking hit of heroin, that bad boy.
Right.
In my fucking veins with them subscribers.
Because I messed you, like I say, going back to all that, the way watching you guys again, right, I can see you striving. I'm desperate for you boys to do well. I'm desperate for it to hit. And it was different from my channel because I'm making different kind of content. I've got a full-time job anyway.
Yeah.
It's a side hustle.
Yeah.
So when I saw, oh mate, he was heroin for me.
Yeah. Crack for all.
But I thought this is the weird thing about YouTube videos and this world that we live in now is that idea of it's like a backwards roller coaster, right? So on the roller coaster you go up, and then you go, wow, that's the bit. But the roller coaster, it's that way. That's the bit where you're like, fucking keep this going. But you never know when it's gonna end.
Yeah.
And it just kept going
I know.
and going and
Kept
going.
fucking going.
Fucking nuts.
So take me to the moment of publishing the video. Then what happened?
Well, the thing is, like, we were so pissed off on
fucking bit.
Yeah, get me one as well.
the day it happened. The day we filmed it, it was also last minute, and Max Max wanted to do a vid with us. He had helped us like film a video before, and he was at a point like 1,700 subscribers. He really wanted to do YouTube stuff. Like, luckily we got on well with him. So this idea kind of came about. Jamie realised it was Fashion Week, so we're like, right, like let's brainstorm what we can do, and literally we done it the next day. So it was unplanned. We just thought it was going to be another vid.
And literally again, like we'd done so many videos that we thought were going to bang that hadn't. That we thought like, oh, it's a good vid, but is it going to bang? Fuck no.
Yeah, we were all together like at the end, and we were just like, should we have done more? I don't feel like today went well. What can we do tomorrow to make it better? And
because you'd had that run of they're doing okay, but you're not getting the bang that you wanted.
Yeah, and then for some reason, but the thing is, it didn't bang straight away. It banged for the channel. It reached about 600,000 views in the first week, which we were well happy with. And I think that was like around 20,000 subscribers. They're like, fucking hell, like, this is great. And then we changed.
But that still didn't translate to money though. We still thought we were fucked in a month's time at that stage.
Right, even with a 600k video.
But we felt, because we had a 400k one, but it didn't translate in the way that this one did. And I remember the funny story, we had someone in the video from Made in Chelsea, and she, for whatever reason, thought the video was shit, didn't want to be any part of it, and thought she was the reason why it
Jess
was
Woodley.
doing so well. Yeah,
go on, check it out.
Jess,
don't be like that.
So she didn't want. She thought like her face in the thumbnail was making the vid bang. So she was like, I don't want to be part of that. So we went back and forth a little bit. Then we were like, fuck it, we'll change it. We took her stylist, who's lovely, and I doubled her up on Photoshop, and like, so it was Max in the middle, two girls who look like identical twins now. And the second we changed that, the video just got passed through the algorithm to everyone, and it just went like literally,
fifth gear, mate.
and it just rocketed like in a week to like 10 million views. It was insane. I've never seen anything like it.
That's
the
what
video
came about as well.
Yeah, the video got recommended to 100 million people. The thumbnail was just Reddit. It was Reddit overnight, like front page before we even had the chance to post it. And that's when you know it is gonna bang. And then all of a sudden YouTube just shouted it to everyone.
Yeah.
We were just refreshing it, like texting each other, like, "Oh, refresh it now. It's gone up 10,000 views." Like literally just laughing.
That's mad.
And our average video was probably like on 30 to 50,000 views. Like refresh.
So you weren't together.
We were when we hit 100k subs, because that was the big one. But like it was literally like 40 to 50,000. Like it went for a period of that per day. So we were like obviously going about our days, but it was so consistently like
I think
just
you might have
rolling.
even sent me a picture.
It was mental.
Of your like,
Of what,
like,
James?
it might have been of your subs.
My
subs,
subs,
a different
right,
way. Yeah, it was huge about.
That'd be me.
Yeah, and oh,
But
mate,
it was like everything.
Do you remember seeing each other again for the first time after that?
No.
Because in my head, you both go.
Yeah, we are going sick.
Yeah, we were in the lounge when we ticked over 100k, but then it just didn't stop, and we were at 200k in like 3 days time.
Why that month was so sick though as well, and then this is when we did know shit, we've actually fucking done it. And I did a tweet about it, but it was we got like 10 grand ad money from that video. Again, compared to everyone else, that's fuck all.
Shit.
We probably got about 15 grand now, but like at the time, 10 grand in 1 month AdSense, fucking brilliant.
Which we were talking about off camera. The money in YouTube views is not what you think it is. Just to be clear to everyone.
Biggest video, fucking big video, 10 grand.
Yeah.
And
so that paid for 2 months. So that
his CPM is 4 times ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
but my views are 4 times less. Maybe they're just like throwing me a bone. Because I when I saw that, and I knew when I'd spoken to you 3 months before, you were like, you know, we need this to work.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, amazing, because I worked it out. I was like, oh, it's that many views, so there must be made around this much for that video. So wicked. But it's not.
No,
it's not. It's crazy.
But the deal that we negotiated with Train Power was a lot of it was based on views, and because our channel blew up so much, we just smashed past them view counters. So like we got paid from both of those things like in the same month.
It had a ripple.
So
through
suddenly,
the whole channel.
instead of having 2 months extra, we then had 4 or 5 months extra, and then we're like, fuck, maybe we could do this again in 4 or 5 months. Like we just been at it for 6 months. So that was like, shit, I think we've done it. Don't want to speak too soon.
Yeah, of course. So with that awareness that we've kind of spoken about a couple of times, and hindsight's beautiful, isn't it? What do you think made that catch? Can you break down that video into anything that you truly believe in now as principles?
There's a few
Max
things.
Max is doing something that honestly me and Jay probably wouldn't have done. Like it's a fucking scary thing to do, and we were thinking at the time, who do we know who? And we didn't even really know Max that well at the time, but we were like, he's fucking perfect. He's so quick-witted. He's like hungry for it. He wants to do
He's
something.
got that model look as well, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
And it turns out he was a good-looking bastard as well. and I think people like laughing at pretentious shit that they don't understand. The world of fashion is such a weird one. Like, I'd done a Fashion Week video the year prior on my personal channel where I was essentially doing the same thing. I was pretending to be the model from that film, whatever, Blue Steel, whatever his name is. Zoolander, Derek Zoolander. And I snuck into like a big show. It's more my style of vid, but like Max adopted this character and he was like, and he just done it so well.
He did, yeah,
and like to people to see that and not really understand how that fashion world works and just seeing a normal like everyman just walk all over it and just take the piss. I think it's just like people love that shit.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I think we talked about why it banged. I think Nico Milana says that twins in a thumbnail bang. Whether they do or not, they looked identical.
Wow.
And we had Max looking down.
And we didn't know this.
And people say you don't get stuff from the process. There you go. Take that off you go.
Yeah.
You can stop watching now.
Twins and cigarettes, he said.
Yeah,
That's his 2 bits of
but
advice.
then the other thing we thought was like maybe because people that kind of love to hate kind of influencers like high-end fashion, like people, it's like these deep core beliefs that people have already and they don't really like them because they make so much money and they just look pretty. So I think maybe we're playing on those kind of emotional strings. But
the audience is safe in laughing at that.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot that you
we
can
like
say to laugh at.
infiltrated them and got them. So I don't know, but we don't fucking know really. And
China had a little girl on it.
China fucking love
We didn't
it.
even know that was happening either because like obviously their social media is not the same as ours. They're so like we didn't even know Weibo was a thing until some guy messaged us who's a Chinese student in Amsterdam, and we got him on FaceTime. We were like, "What is happening?" And there was memes of Max, like he was translating the memes, and they all thought he was like a gorgeous little sweet boy. It was translating to some hilarious stuff.
Wow.
Max had like a massive fan page. He was getting like so many follows from Chinese girls who were using a VPN just to follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Like fan pages popped up, like literally drawings of him. He became like a little icon in China, and we tried to capitalize on it, but I think it just passed so quick. But yeah, 77 million views in China. So they outdid ours. The guy that subtitled that vid in Chinese and put it on Weibo, we had nothing from it, but it was amazing to see.
Is that allowed?
Fuck knows, mate.
No, but I'm not going to chase the guy in China.
Yeah, it might be worth it. There's got to be some ad revenue there.
Yeah,
James
sure.
Allcott fucking CPM, he'd be laughing. Mate. Nearly a millionaire now.
Yeah.
I don't see. This is where CPM doesn't make any sense because my podcast with Slav, James and Flav for now, if you haven't checked it out, he talks about porn every week.
Good topic.
So I don't understand.
Does he watch a lot of it?
That's working too much.
Sounds like
Especially
it,
for his
if you're
age.
talking about on a podcast.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to ruin my CPM.
Sounds like it's doing wonders. We should talk about porn.
Do a video on porn. Would you ever do a video on porn?
We've done.
Sorry?
We've done porn.
No, I didn't mean like that.
Snapchat premium account. It depends. Go to a porn expo. That could be a good idea.
I'd be intrigued by the porn industry and people who work in it and shit. It's quite weird.
That'd be an
Weird,
interesting
that.
jib. That'd be an
Yeah.
interesting.
To a porn set.
Actually been into a porn star conference.
I watched one of your other videos today. I like this.
How was it? Did you enjoy it?
You've seen
I
two, right?
really
Max
enjoyed
was
it,
Bucharest
really
one
enjoyed
and then this one.
No, I've watched loads.
Yeah.
The mansion one, I was a bit annoyed actually at the end because it's part 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
It should be out by
Is
now,
it?
I'd imagine.
Yeah, Mike.
You haven't watched it? Didn't get to the end.
Mike.
Mansion video.
Mike.
Free mansion.
He's not on about that. Free stuff. He's on
Yeah,
about
he is.
mansion.
Yeah, the
Free
one that went out
mansion.
yesterday.
Who the fuck's Mike?
Oh my god. The guy that gave us the
Guy on
best
the
day
phone
in the
call.
fucking world.
Yeah, but that wasn't a free mansion. That was free stuff in Seattle.
Yeah, where we got a free mansion.
I'll cut it out. It's fine.
No, I thought you meant the mansion vid, like the letter vid.
Right.
Posting 100 letters in mansions in London. When you say
Oh, I
mansion
might be getting my
vid,
thumbnails mixed
Free
up, maybe.
mansion. Free mansion. The first fucking 5 minutes is about the free mansion.
Yeah, I've actually not seen it yet.
I
I actually have not seen it yet.
I'll get rid of all this.
I've been meaning to watch it.
Really? It's really good. You should check
Yeah,
it out. Yeah.
It's literally my own channel shit.
No, the one that I really loved was the Drum Awards.
Yeah.
And this phrase. So if you guys, I'll test you actually, see if it's the same thing. What would your mantra be as a duo?
Fuck, that was me.
So I'll give you a clue. Something and something.
Something and something.
I wonder if this is. I wanted to test to see if this was actually something that you'd figured out because you were saying it to each other during this video in that moment, and we spoke about this before.
This is good, because I'd love to have a little caption like "Yes, theory, seek discomfort."
Oh,
But
this is it. This is it.
I was gonna be like,
You said it to
fuck
each other.
it might be funny. What was it? Lean in? Nah, it was something around
Just
that.
do it, you
Because we were
twat.
both
do it,
shitting. We were
that's
both
good.
shitting ourselves there.
So that's what, because I could feel it, and we were talking about that last year about the what's it like pre-jib, and you were like, it's riding away,
Yeah.
and this was a bit like that, wasn't it?
That was a level up.
This
like,
was on
public
Stead.
speaking in front of a load of like people who are doing well in the market.
You remember
like,
that?
The thing
No.
is that I think when we jib it now, because Zach's a bit more than me with his personal channel, I'm probably a bit more nervous than him. But with these public speaking ones, I know I'm still shit myself, but I think he's a bit more nervous than me. So I'm like,
Hater.
come on. So I get more relaxed knowing he's shitting at himself well more than me.
Right.
But do you know, there's one line in that video which isn't the one you're thinking about, but like when we were like we walked into the room and suddenly there was like all those tables of people and we realized we had to do it, and then we kind of cowered off into the left corner to try and like, I don't know, it must have been just we were avoiding it just like subconsciously, and we both had like a little pep talk. I was like, I'm fucking shitting myself, and then Jay was like, no, I'm shitting myself as well, but let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
And that was like
What
so
is it
comforting to me that we were like, all right, let's just fucking go. Let's go. Let's hear it.
Okay, fearless and remembered.
Best marketing is about being fearless and about being remembered.
Fearless and remembered.
I think that's decent, you know.
I fucking love
So
that. in
you're,
fact.
you're on
I
a
like
bike.
that.
You're on a bike on the way. Remember, fearless and remembered. Fearless and remembered. That's what it's about. And because I think that's what I enjoy about it, because I think we all have that moment in different things, different challenges, where you're like, you're getting that sort of, don't know if I want to do this. And I think there's a lot of people doing YouTube, and it's probably not. They might be doing well, but it might not be healthy for them. I think this for you two, doing something I'm doing at the moment. I'm doing a spinning challenge. I'm trying to do 30 sessions of spinning in 30 days, and it's a similar thing in terms of not being ready for it yet, but doing it anyway, and being fearless to try. But I mean, it's not being fearless and remembered, but that's what you're trying to do with your videos.
That's cool.
Yeah, I remember that day where you had the idea. He ran me up well excited.
He didn't
and
want
I
to do
was
that
so,
idea
I was so
for
like,
shit.
I was editing a video. I was like, and every excuse, like I was just like.
Yeah, I was hearing all these excuses.
I was
looking
literally
at
like,
come
am
on,
I gonna?
mate.
Because it was so last minute as well. He rings me up and goes, this like event is like £400 or £500 a ticket. We need to sneak in, which is stressful in itself, and then we're going to do a pitch in front of like the UK's top marketing like.
It's a proper
agencies.
J video.
And I was just like,
so you, mate.
yeah, I was literally like, fuck. I just was imagining myself on stage just being like a bumbling twat. But after the video, we were so happy.
Fucking
Like it
best
was
night
so
ever,
funny. But yeah, just writing the script, like literally writing the fucking pitch on the tube. Everything. But it was that point where I was surprisingly like so chilled out. Once we had committed to the idea and we got excited about it, and we were like, it's
That's
gonna
waves, doesn't
happen. Like it, we're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. It's just about doing it.
Yeah.
The journey there was fine, and then as soon as we got there, it was like, whew. But that was a fun vid. Should have done better. But
Yeah, should have done better. See, those are the kind of examples though where you think, you know what, we're breaking a barrier, we're doing something fearless, we're successful. We had to turn the guys on the fucking microphones, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so funny.
Like, and then put it on my LinkedIn, it goes crazy. All the comments going crazy, and then the views below average.
it's not a very YouTuber-y video, though. And we were struggling to
It's
title
a
it.
human video. Everyone must be shitting themselves as they watch that.
But that's the point as well, isn't it? With maybe there's a life lesson there. Is like you can't choose which video is going to do that stuff. Do you know what I mean? You've got to just keep moving forwards.
Yeah.
What else have we got on here? Oh, okay, this is brilliant. So we're talking about Logan Paul, and you use the phrase.
You're dressed like Logan Paul at the press conference today. If you had a little flat cap
tash.
on.
Yeah, same physique. Yeah.
30 days of spinning.
Day 3. So, it's gonna be great then. Lost in the sauce, you said. You talk about Logan Paul, how you kind of respected elements of him, but you think he just got lost in the sauce. Since it's gone well, have there been any moments of, have you got kind of strayed away from that kind of determination, or have you ever got lost in the sauce yet?
Lost in the sauce.
No, I don't think
Maybe you haven't. It's fine if you haven't.
I don't think we've got enough sauce to get lost in it yet.
Yeah.
Like I say, we were quite ambitious going into this, and like 450,000 subscribers or whatever in a year. It's great. It's great. Thank you. But we got a bit to go yet, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how long's he been in it? 6 years or something?
Who?
Logan Paul?
Paul.
No.
No, unfortunately.
How long?
I think he's done it since 2016.
4 years.
No, but Vine and all that shit, right?
All right, yeah.
That's what I mean. He's been in the game, like getting
Yeah,
numbers and shit. I think maybe when you make millions, and I think it's when you can afford to pick up a cocaine habit. That's when you're at risk of getting lost.
That's
in
the dream.
Sauce. Yeah. To have that money, not to get lost, not to get a cocaine habit.
Oh, right.
But yeah, that's when you need to worry.
Yeah. Sorry, different source. I wasn't thinking about that. So here's one. If this partnership, because I think this is great as well in terms of you guys staying grounded, not getting lost in the sauce, is having each other to kind of, and having that basis from the start where you are good mates. So I think you would be able to go, Jay, just, less of the coke, please. Something like that.
I don't actually do cocaine.
Just to be clear, he doesn't, because brands might be watching, won't they? If this partnership, because I know you're ambitious, if this partnership was a house, how much of it is, and sorry, the end stage of the house that you want, is the final thing. How built is it?
We're on the shed.
Well, I think it's like
Just made the shed.
We've made the shed.
yeah, we're still working out the shed.
After a hotel, not a house.
Yeah, I think because it's not just that if the house is the channel, we want outbuildings. We want we want the channel to be a platform that we can build off of.
Because that's the thing. I think doing YouTube's great, but it almost needs to be not a means to a point. It needs to be a means to something else.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think you're going to get eaten up by YouTube. So, for you two, what are in a year's time when we're talking again? Where do you want to be walking towards?
The thing is, as short as a year, like we're really excited by. I think we're probably the most excited we've been about YouTube and the space, and that's coming off the back of like doing a fucking TV series and stuff. Where like we had like a month or so of like kind of interrupting content and shit, and I think now we're at the point of good growth, good momentum. We're back off a break, so we're feeling fresh. Like we're excited to just blow the fucking lid off of the channel, and then that's when we're talking like 2-3 years down the line where we want to be obviously millions and consistent views, team around us, like almost like a streamlined process where me and Jay can be like overseeing shit and just like working on creative shit. Like I want to do, like we want to explore merch properly. We want to like properly delve into that stuff, other businesses off the back. But it's just at the minute, we're still very much in the day-to-day like running of a channel.
Yeah, of course.
And that's what we want to get out of as soon as possible. And that's what I think the next year is going to be. Just like building that foundation, building that team, and just fucking ramping it up.
But do you? So you were saying, look, 1 year's one thing, but 3, 4, 5 years is another thing.
Yeah.
What's the hotel? What does the hotel look like? What is that?
So I think just off the top of your head, you've got businesses that go around your channel. So some people are creating merch and then they'll create a merch company off the back of it. That's like an example of like infrastructure to other YouTubers where I just think like the YouTube's only been around for 15 years or something. Like there's so much opportunity that is going to open up around that, and there's probably so much opportunity that's there just now, and the best people to capitalize on that opportunity are the ones with millions of subscribers. But I think you're right, like people want to be YouTubers, but like being YouTubers probably isn't enough money to retire on. Like it's enough money to buy a few properties to make money off, but you've got to do that. You've got to be smart with your money if you want to be a YouTuber. Like YouTuber isn't a career for the rest of your life, I don't think. Even if you've got millions, I agree. Millions just about, but not many people get to that stage.
Yeah, because I've been listening to an audiobook about grit, and what it talks about is you almost need a good way of kind of setting up your goals is having this just cause or whatever it is, this big thing right at the end of it, and then those medium sort of goals that might help you get to that, and then those starting points as well. But if you don't have that one up the top, I think the rest of it's a little bit dangerous, and you're going to get a little bit washed up in it. The thing that we spoke about after we'd finished filming last year was TV companies. Talking to TV companies. And I think I said at the time, don't waste your time on it just yet, because I'm not sure what you're going to get out of it. But I did get the impression at the time that you were kind of keen on all of that stuff. But it sounded like you'd had a few chats with people already.
Yeah.
So how did it come to be that you were on Pants on Fire?
That was not off the back of any of the conversations we're having then.
Initially,
It was
yeah.
literally
It
like
kind of was after the same production company.
no. That was years apart. Anyway,
We'd had one.
we've had conversations, and it was like I think at the end we were just like, what is the priority? The priority is growing the channel. So anything is a distraction from that. But then an opportunity comes along. We have a phone call, and it sounds really closely in line with what we do on the channel, with a bigger budget, a bit of a team, and just sounded like a fun way to spend 21 days, which is what the commitment was 21 days of filming all in. And we didn't have enough information to inform a decision. We were like banging our heads against the wall saying, should we do it, should we not? And we went to like literally the second meeting, and they're like, oh, congrats, you're on the show. Like, everyone loves you. And we're like, well, we haven't said yes. Like, we don't know. Like, we're still not sure. Yeah. And then I think after that point, we were just like, fuck it. Like, we're going to learn so much from doing it, whether that's bad or good. We don't have enough info to make that decision whether it's going to be good or not. And we just had a great month of filming. Put the channel on pause a little bit, but
totally worth it.
I'm glad we did it. It was a mad experience, like being in a studio with like a live audience and like.
Yeah, how'd you find out?
I think the experience was worth it, but in terms of overall gain in money and supposedly exposure from TV, which we didn't got minimum of, like, I don't think it was worth it. I think if we focused 2 months on the YouTube channel, we'd have grown more, probably made more money, like in the longer term, like from the branding we would have made from the growth. But experience-wise, it was sick. Like seeing like how the producers work.
My jammer.
But even her, like, seeing the professionality around some of the A-listers or like A-gamers, like Emma Willis, was just inspiring. Seeing even like Maya Jama.
She's superb.
Maya Jama had just split up with Stormzy like the night before.
Oh really?
And they looked a great fucking couple, didn't they?
They really did.
That'd be fucking heartbreaking, splitting up with someone, especially when it's so public. Yet she just was there, game day, was funny, witty, and like there was times when we were in the studio just like knackered. And just like it was hard to get in that zone, but she must have been feeling well worse than us, and just snapped it on. So it was cool seeing the whole setup of how TV works, but also how the A gamers work in TV.
Yeah,
mate, we were getting dusted with makeup in between like takes. It was fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like literally like these little makeup teams with their bags would like run on stage and give you a little dust out. It was just and it's such an alien experience. It was.
I guess that comes back to the thing that I took the most out of our chat a year ago was that revert to action.
There's a cool little saying which Jeff Bezos, who founded Amazon, says, which is always have a bias to action. So if you come up with an idea or you're unsure on how to act, whether to do something or to not do it, always do, if you're not sure, do the action, because you're gonna learn from it, and most likely the consequences aren't permanent, so you net positive after that if you act. So I always try and do as much action as possible.
I think that's pretty much always kind of been our attitude with the shit. We went into so many situations blind, and at the other end of it, we've always just come out of it being like, that was a fucking sick experience, or that was like an amazing video, or whatever.
Bias. That was such a big sentence for me, honestly. Like last year, I kind of thought, wow, that's so true. And so for this, regardless of how it worked out, you know now. You know more stuff now.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that stronger than ever, that feeling on that
I know.
Do it.
I know if that revert to action wasn't so like ingrained in me, because that hit me when I read it. We wouldn't have done that drum award thing. Like, there's always so many fucking reasons to say no. Like, your mind always goes for the easiest option, doesn't it?
Just throw your bag over. That's what Amar from yesterday says. Throw your bag over the fence. So then you got to fucking go.
Yeah.
Unless you don't like the bag.
Because there's a massive difference between can't and won't.
Yeah.
Massive difference between those two things. And I think you guys are. That's a great thing, having each other to goad each other to do it.
Yeah.
And to push each other to understand it.
Yeah, we wouldn't have done if it wasn't for like one of us being like, you're a fucking pussy, do it. Like, or just challenging that. And it's annoying at the time because you got no answer. You know that fear is the only reason why your brain is coming up with all these amazing excuses.
Yes.
But like, when there is no answer to that and there's potential
the mind will never say to itself, no, because I'm too scared. You'll never have that as an excuse. It'll be too busy, don't want to do it. You'll come up with all these things. It'll never be, no, because I'm a fucking pussy, alright? But that's what you fucking are, alright?
Totally. Yeah, that is what fear is, isn't it? Fears are just excuses, really.
Irrational, yeah.
Is there anything that said, is there anything that you wouldn't do? Or is there anything that you've gone, no, like no Zach or no Jay, I'm not doing that?
I think it's only because like I think a lot of the shit we like for TV they wanted us to get tattooed, like just pointless shit which people like. We don't want people laughing at us. We want them laughing with us, and a lot of time maybe they will laugh at us, but we want them not doing that. So like we won't.
I don't know. I don't think it's as black and white as that. I feel like we've got like a set of kind of.
Because I'm the celebs on the way, innit? That's next year. That's next year.
So I feel like me and Zach have got a pretty similar kind of way understanding on this level. So
it's hard to articulate though. But it's like when those things come in, like the tattoos and stuff. As much as like I would do that personally, like I would get a tattoo if I was in a mad moment, like off the back of that bus journey. Jay was so set on getting a tattoo of the bus logo just because it was a sick life experience. Like we're on a high. Like it was one of the best trips of our lives, and we're like I would do that, but would I do it on TV in front of a live audience?
For TV.
For TV.
That's it. Is it worth it?
Yeah, no. And they wanted me to get knocked out by AJ. And that's where we like things like that. We shut down a lot more than the other teams.
Good thumbnail though.
Oh, bang a thumbnail, yeah. But we shut down like a lot of their kind of ideas because we're like it's not in like we don't feel like that sits with us. So there was a few things like that, but
yeah,
it's hard in terms of our own videos. I'm not sure.
I feel like even when we do shit like let's say sneaking in is like the lowest of the pile of just like. Or like, I don't know, free drinks. We're still kind of somehow exposing the human mind. I don't know whether we're fucking overthinking it, but like, we're still doing something that's ballsy. We're being creative.
Yeah.
It feels like creation in some way, not just like conforming in some way to doing something just because you know it'll do well.
I think that's it. One of the quotes I got here: pushing possibilities. But also another word I wrote down was curiosity. And in curiosity with you two, it seems to be around society and how you can get around that and pushing the possibilities of. A situation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just like
because I think that fascinates both of you, right?
There's a video, a new free drinks video coming out, which kind of encapsulates that. We've got it. We just watched it through today for the first time. Like amazing. From the first time from being almost blackout drunk in America from when we filmed it, and we done the one in the UK. It did well, and we had so much fun. We went to like the wine tasting events, and we were in this old boys club in the centre of London. With a load of posh people like drinking wine, and no one knew why we were there, but we were just enjoying free wine. And we were like, right, how different is that going to be in America? And we wanted to do it because we had explored the city, see way more, and it just ended up being a mad day. We ended up like at this rooftop of like a beautiful office space in London, chatting to these like creative entrepreneurs who were doing like a keynote speech, and they invited us to go speak there the next year. Just as they were about to talk, we bounced and we went on to the next place. And it was like another business pitching event in the centre of Seattle for all these startup companies. And we were like, we were gone at this point. We were so drunk.
Just hiccuping and shit, like not incoherent.
Like, and like the day got away from us a little bit there. Like so we walk into this room, there's about like 200 people in there, all sat down and they're waiting patiently, like pitching their business, getting feedback from like a selection of entrepreneurs. And we walk in, like sit on the side, and they're like, "Who else wants to go?" And Jay just whacks his hand up. We haven't got a pitch. Like
we don't even have a business to pitch. Like the ZAC and Jay show. What are we pitching here?
So and they're like, "Okay,
give us
great."
Your fucking money.
You want your money for view? What does that mean?
Yeah, we get up in front of like a room full of people, have nothing to say, but we just like ramble for about 5 minutes, and like I think that's like an example of at the start of that day we didn't know what was going to happen. We just knew that we wanted to. It's not necessarily about the free drinks. The free drinks is like a catalyst to like get out, meet mad people, go to places where as a tourist or like we just
stories for the grandkids, isn't it?
Exactly.
Comes back to that just cause, isn't it? To a degree.
I'd remember that day forever, and it ended
sort of because it's on film.
Yeah, but like after that, it was even after the cameras cut. Like off the back of that, they realised we were messing about filming a vid, and so many people come up to us after. We ended up getting a tour of the city by this woman who took us around until like 2:30 in the morning to all the spots in like Seattle. We met up with a subscriber at a college. Jay got punched in the face by an American woman. We ran away in the car. Like it was just like a mad experience. And I think that's like what we get excited about, or the unknown in the video. It's like we know that we want it to be an entertaining video. We don't necessarily know how, but we know that if we go out with a camera and we have like an attitude where anything goes and we'll just fucking say yeah to the mad stuff, and it normally turns out all right.
It's about what can happen, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah.
And the thing is, we've probably gone out and shit not worked, but most of the time it does work.
Yeah. And so what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Literally, so what?
Last one, I asked this a year ago, ask it on every single episode of The Process. What keeps you up at night? Is there anything keeping you up at night? Life's good, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, mate, honestly, that's a good question. And like last time I was like, fuck me running out of money, but this time I'm like, it's all right, I even know.
You were up and down the other night, weren't you?
Yeah, I've had
Said
bad
to-
sleep, yeah, but I mean, I think he means not literally. I don't know, mate, I don't actually know why I was up, just a bad sleep.
For me, it's still the vids. Like we're trying to. My main priority is getting ahead on videos, and we just come off like a 3-week break, and like we want to be ahead so we can miss a week and not miss an upload. So that's keeping me up. Because as soon as we're ahead and like we're just rolling and we're just keeping moving forward, like that's when we can relax a little bit, and I can go and do something other than editing and recording voiceover and doing the production side, which is like what excites me. I feel like I'm getting frustrated where I want to be releasing like clothing, I want to be like doing some actual like different creative stuff, but at the minute I just haven't got time. So that's what's pissing me off.
I think
keeping me
that's
up.
like, it's that, but it's not like, Zach's is coming from almost like the problem of editing. Mine is like the problem of not being in that position because I know how fucking much we'd fly. So it's the lack of, it's where we're at and where we want to be, and it's that gap in between of like, fuck me, I know we could be there, but we're not there. It's like, how can we be there? Just, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to address, and like saying, look, we're where we want to be. We're happy. We're making money. We're growing. So it's like we should be happy. That shouldn't be keeping me up, but it does.
But I think that's good.
No, I think
because I think otherwise you're gonna. There's an arc, isn't there? Like if you go, oh, I worked so hard, and go, here we go, happy days.
Yeah.
Right, let's get the coronas out. But then it will end.
Yeah.
That's how it ends, isn't it?
I think it's trying to do that in a peaceful mindset of like, look, we can do. But straight up, some of it is time. Like some of it is time. Like we're waiting on an accountant to come back with finances. Like that's gonna take 2 weeks. Like. Some of it just takes time, like, and you can wait for that in a relaxed mindset, or you can wait for that in a urgent, like desperate mindset of just why is it not done yet? So it's trying to do that in the most optimum mindset.
Okay. Last question. This year, literally just this year, what have you learned? What is the one thing that if you could offer someone advice? I haven't even asked you a question, but from the last year. You've learned something and you can give that to people, what would you go with?
I know.
Train Pal is an absolutely sick company that allows you to save tons of money on you.
Now let me do the intro. It's horrible, like that.
Get yourself some twins.
Like, go on, you had an
So yeah,
answer.
what I'd say is one thing I've thought about is like life isn't. It sounds a bit fucky. I don't know if it sounds a bit shit, but like I'd say life is not static at any point. I feel like 24, nearly 25 now, I've seen like different stages of life, and every single time they felt so permanent. Like when in the last business, I was like, fuck me, I cannot leave this. I could never imagine running a YouTube channel. Like when we were broke, I could never imagine getting like 450,000 subscribers. I could almost never imagine having a girlfriend, which I've got now. But like these things happen, and they happen gradually, and then they do change, and then you look back and it's not like. My girlfriend sometimes says, "Oh, how mad is it that we're?" But it's not like life is never still. You can be massively successful in the future. You can be a massive failure in the future. But like, yeah, your history should not dictate your future or even your current, because all of it can move depending on, how you want it to move, and the work you put in it to move.
That was beautiful.
Oh, no, that was lovely.
What was the question?
Advice.
2 coronas, he's gone.
What has it taught you?
What have you learned in this year?
Fuck. What have I learned in this year? Oh, shit.
It's fine.
That's
cut this down. You can always cut this down.
It's a very pressurised question.
No, because I was thinking about that
It's
the
a
other
good
day. That's
question.
why I came with it.
Yeah, it's a
You
good
knew I was
question.
going to ask those kind of questions.
No, I didn't. I've not watched it again, Zach. I don't fucking watch YouTube.
You don't even watch your own videos.
I'm not really into it.
No, I'd say mine is which I was already trying to do, and like I feel like it's similar to what Jamie said. Life is constantly like it's a fucking up, then it's down, it's up and it's down, and that's not like happiness, sadness per se. It's like you're constantly on the fucking treadmill to where you're at, and unless you stop and you look, and I try and do this every day, just figure out like where we're at and just ground yourself and just be like, this is sick. Like when I put myself back like 10 months and it was so much more stressful. Now the stresses are different, but like we're still unless you're enjoying like the right now and the things that we're filming and like just the day-to-day building of something which we feel is going to be great, then it's pointless doing it. Like it literally is pointless, because that goal that you're heading for, as soon as you're there, if you got a mind like ours, and you're just straight on to the next thing.
Yeah.
You'll never ever be happy or content. So working on like the happiness is so important, the fulfillment, the appreciation of all things good. We sat in a room with a beautiful plant there, nice bonsai tree, it's probably older than me, and a better sofa. And
Yeah,
I'm
it's a great
feeling,
sofa.
That sounds like winning to me.
hey,
Exactly.
we're winning.
That's beautiful, boys. Should we finish with a cheers?
Yeah.
I'm delighted. It is a toast. Toast to you, boys, right?
This is good fun.
Well done.
To the process.
Well, hey,
To the
lads.
process.
Well
Hey,
done.
cheers, mate.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank
So
you.
that is another episode. Hang on.
Wait, right there.
For those of you listening on iTunes and Spotify, where this podcast is available. That was me drinking a beer. That is the ZAC and Jay episode of The Process, Mark 2. We'll see you in a year.
Yeah, we're doing another one.
Yes. If you haven't checked out the other episodes of The Process, then please do. Will Emmy, Stephen Tries, Drew Geordie, Ian Holloway, somehow. Lots of different people and lots of episodes of The Process on the way as well, which is on my channel, so subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to ZAC and Jay if you haven't yet. 1 million. 1 million by next year, please, boys.
2.
Love it. We'll see you next time. Good stuff, boys.
Probably 3.
Fortunately, but I am dying for a piss.